everybody. May I please have your attention for at least a minute? I just want you all to imagine with me. Imagine with me a world with no microwave in our kitchen counter. A world where there is no television to watch our morning cartoons with. A world with no phones to call and chat our friends and family sitting on our bedside table. A world where there is no internet to use whenever we need entertainment. A world where there is no globalization. Can you live like that? Can you live without globalization? Let's talk about it. But before we do, I want to introduce myself. Hello everybody, my name is Shelby. I am one of the representatives of St. Joseph Junior High School. And today I want to talk about the globalization and the challenges that it holds for us and also our nation's cultures. Now, when I imagine living without globalization, I honestly cannot. I don't know about any of you, but when I imagined it, it felt unfamiliar. Why? Because ever since I was very young, I have been given privilege by globalization. I think I can speak for a lot of us here when I say that we all grew up when globalization was at its peak. Now, as we all know, globalization is very beneficial. Isn't everything easier to do now? Everything is so easily done due to globalization being so developed rapidly. Another example, imagine here. You're sitting at home and you want to call your friends. Of course, you can just grab your phone and call them in your house. You don't even have to go out after writing a letter and then wait a couple of days just for them to see it and then respond to you. Like I said, it's very beneficial and it's very fast now. But also, don't forget that when it has pros, then it will always also have cons. For example, one of the biggest products of globalization is the internet. Who doesn't know about the internet? On the internet, you can search many things to tomorrow's weather forecast, to even how to build planes and how to fly one. But there's also, not very good things you can search about. Like how to build bombs, how to sell drugs online, and many others like online prostitution. Like I said, one click can bring you to heaven and another can bring you to hell. Now let's get back to the topic of why I made this speech. The challenges that it holds for us. Now maybe you've been wondering, why would someone search up how to make bombs in the first place? It's because people are curious. And that is one of the challenges that I will be talking about. Now, maybe we are a very curious person. We are very curious in our day-to-day basis. So whenever someone talks about something or they experience, we will also get tempted to do or want to try it, right? It is very normal. And that feeling of curiousness is basically the same feeling as when someone gets curious about how to make bombs, online prostitution, drugs for sale, basically. Now, here's the thing. Why should we care? Well, because of this alone, it can destroy ourselves and also our country. How does that even happen, you ask? Well, firstly, I know that globalization is very good for us. It is very good for ourselves and even our country's development. But it could also be very disastrous. I think you all know what globalization is. Globalization is basically the process of world integration, which means that there are many cultures, lifestyles, and even beliefs coming into our country non-stop. But sometimes those changes doesn't follow the rules of this country. Like atheist ideologies, very open clothes. Don't get me wrong, if you like clothes from Korea, like K-pop style clothing are completely okay if they abide by the rules. Now, our country's traditions are actually starting to disappear because people now they don't have any interest in traditional clothes, traditional dances. They are getting forgotten due to people not liking it or don't have any interests on it anymore. Same with other traditional things like traditional food, traditional clothes, traditional songs. It's basically everywhere. It is getting forgotten, and it is the reason why people are freaking out right now. Now, what can we do? We can do a lot of things. We can learn how to traditional dance. We can learn how to sing traditional songs. We can cook traditional food. We can even wear or even modify traditional clothes. Now, as for the curiosity, there is no way of stopping curiosity. It is basically impossible, but we do have the responsibility to know which of the changes are good and which are bad for our own nations. We should take responsibility of our still growing country. So once again, we as the younger generation must be able to preserve our country's traditions as to not let it die because of globalization. And that is the end of my speech. Thank you all for listening to me. I hope this speech will help our country develop better. Thank you.